There we go. They heard that. Oh, shit.
Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
One, oh wait. Whoever's on, is someone on besides us? I don't know. If you can hear this, like, share, subscribe.
We haven't even got there yet.
Okay. We can say it twice.
Yeah, we can say it twice. There we go.
Or 3 times.
We are in the building. Hello, hello. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I am awesome.
You are jazzy today, by the way.
I felt like being cute with my new $2 lipstick.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Shit, shout out to $2 lipstick.
Yeah, this shit lasts 5 ribs.
First of all,
It's still there.
okay, I ate ribs is a test of, yeah,
Resilience of the lipstick.
the resilient lipstick resiliency. They should start doing that in commercials.
They should.
You in the lipstick commercial. Here, eat these ribs and see how your lipstick lasts after these ribs. Shit. Oh, theme song. Here.
It needed that pause.
Yeah. Okay, now here. There we go. Theme song there.
But why not there?
Because the pause was a little long.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a theme song. Because now I got to edit the theme song in. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Well, yay.
I had a great weekend.
Do tell.
All right, so gym was fun. Normally, like Golds makes the workouts, but this time my coach made the workouts. So
Gotcha.
This little like relay thing. There was ropes, workout ropes. Then like I had my little side hustle because I do people's hair now.
You are now the hair. You are a loctician.
I am a loctician.
Yes.
So I did that. Then I went line dancing at a country bar.
I was going to ask you, like, line dancing at like a black at an R&B establishment or at a country
It
establishment?
was a country establishment.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So me and a couple of my gym friends went line dancing, and like I'm trying to learn the dance, and I find myself doing the electric slide. I'm like, no, this is the wrong dance.
No, that is the right dance. The electric slide is, that's why, Jim.
No, sorry, Jim.
How come Paul's mic is the only one working? Because Paul is the only one that turns his mic on.
Look, I just assumed that the mic was on.
No, I never turn my mic off. That's the thing.
Okay.
Face uses that mic. He used that mic last week, and he turns it off when he vapes.
Okay.
It's a thing.
So this is Face's fault.
It's Face's fault. So
Okay.
shout out to Face. Shout out to Nate. Chopped it up with Nate a little bit this weekend. Yeah, shout out to line dancing. That's a thing.
Yeah. And then I went in karaoke then.
Oh, you were doing
Like,
it all this weekend, weren't you?
was.
Yeah, you were doing it
Like,
all this weekend.
I had so much fun. Like normally I work and I work out, but I was just doing all the things.
So the thing I said I was going to ask you on mic without telling you I was asking you on mic.
Okay.
Someone slid into my DMs
Okay.
and said, does Mecca have a girlfriend?
Mecca does not have a girlfriend.
And I said, I'm not sure.
Oh. No, I'm real single.
Okay. Ta-da. To the
So I guess slide into my DMs? Like, my name is my name everywhere, so.
Your name is your name everywhere. TikTok. Is it?
I don't know what it is on TikTok, actually. I'm fairly sure it is my name.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
there you go.
I like my name.
So slide into Mecca's DMs should you choose. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, we talk, but I was like, Mecca would tell me.
I would tell you.
But I also, like, okay, so true space. Like, I didn't want to be like, oh, yeah, Mecca got a person, and then that's that. And it's like I'm hating, right? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe the person wants to, like, shower you with money and gifts, and I don't know. I was like,
if you want to shower me with money and gifts, like, my DMs are open.
It's wide open.
I like workout outfits.
I went out this weekend and recorded content for Black America, and then ended up like I recorded like all of these clips, right, of me just saying some stuff because we're dropping a hoodie. So I did all this, recorded, and then I went to one of the cigar spots I like because there's rarely people there. So I went and sat outside so I could edit. And while I'm trying to edit, I'm having some technical difficulties. And this guy, and I have to say white guy because
it matters.
This matters in this space. White guy walks over and says, "You mind if I sit down?" Big table. I said, "No, it's open space. Sit down." So then he just starts talking and talking. I have my AirPods in. Like, I'm like, dude.
I was here by myself.
Yeah,
I was doing something.
So he just keeps talking, and then he does the thing that makes me leave. He starts talking about a cigar spot in Houston that he loves. And I say, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look it up. Maybe I'll swing by next time I'm in Houston. And he says, yeah, the last time I went, he said, I was the only white guy in the building. And I said, okay.
Cool.
And he said, yeah, and I had a really good time. And I said, okay.
Nice.
And then he goes on to say, yeah, and the guys that were there, man, we had so much fun, and they just turned to me and said, hey, you're a cool white guy. And I'm going, why? Why do you need to tell me this? Like, why?
So you know that he's a cool white guy.
Like, I don't need to know
he
that
He wants a black friend.
I was like, bruh, I do not need to know that you were a cool white guy. And Jim, he might have been hitting on me.
Oh, you know what?
I don't know. It was really weird though, because like he kept telling me about, like, after he said that, then he started telling me about people that he knew. He told me that I guess he's a financial advisor, and he just signed some doctor to some really big financial advising package, and I'm like, all right, y'all, I gotta go.
No, like, Jim may be right.
I was like,
he didn't ask you your number.
I'm not the guy. How do I say this nicely? I'm not the guy that you should hit on. As a guy should not hit on me as a like throwing out hints. If you're gonna hit on me, you need to
do it.
Just be blatant and be like, hey, you're cute. So then I could say, thanks, move around. Like, but the idea of you just dropping these, hey, let's hang out. Like, nah, I don't like my friends. Like, I'm not gonna add new friends. I barely want to hang out with my friends.
But he was a real cool white guy, though.
Yeah, so say you black people that he knows in Houston. So
that we don't know if they actually exist.
Right, I don't know if no.
Like,
he
you got names.
He tried to tell me that
reference.
He was hanging out with the guy that signed Vince Young. And I went, okay. Like, does this mean something to me? Speaking of people who don't know who people are,
look.
Let's start the show here. Rest in peace to Meatloaf.
I enjoy meatloaf.
Mecca
I'll make a great meatloaf.
Mecca walked in and said, "Who's Meatloaf?" Yes, you said who's Meatloaf. Oh,
and you said don't Google it, so I didn't Google it. Him, them,
Meatloaf.
him. Okay.
Meatloaf is a him.
Okay.
Meatloaf does.
Does he have a real name?
I don't know Meatloaf's real name. Meatloaf. Well, he doesn't do anything anymore because he's dead. But when he was alive, he did rock ballads. But like he did these amazing rock ballads. He did a song that I know you've heard. The song, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yes.
That's Meatloaf.
Okay.
Did you see the movie Fight Club? Ed Norton and
I know the movie.
Brad Pitt.
I know the movie.
You didn't see the movie.
I never was interested.
Really? Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm judging you as a friend right now.
Ouch, damn it. I retract my last statement.
Marvin. Jim says Marvin was his name. But yeah,
Okay.
That's the only Meatloaf song I know though. But he was huge. Meatloaf was huge. He was a big guy too, but he was like huge during a certain time, and he recently died. So condolences, thoughts and prayers to Meatloaf's family. And Regina King's son committed suicide, so thoughts and prayers to Regina King and her son. Only reason I know is because she's famous. I don't know like anything about Buddy though.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I didn't know that he existed. Honestly,
neither did I. Like, it's one of those things where somebody famous has a kid, and then by proxy, their kid
matters
to somebody, right?
Or it's newsworthy,
right? Because it was on like blogs and stuff. I wonder, like, okay, I really have an issue with famous people's kids being famous by proxy of their parent being famous.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why, like
fame trickles down.
I don't know why, like,
Blue Ivy.
Or
Northwest.
Or any of the West kids.
I mean, like, Blue is in music. Blue's doing things now, right?
Okay, she won a Grammy, right?
I think so.
Yeah. But still, like, she only got that position because her mom is Beyonce.
She only got the opportunity.
Yeah, like, my kid is cute.
Which one?
See, that's why I said my kid. I'm not going to specify. One of them is cute. And one of them is stressful. I'm going to leave it at that. So, yeah, shout out to dead people. What is that?
Shout out to dead people.
Shout out to dead people. You ready to get started?
Yeah, I guess.
Forgot what we said we were starting.
We said kids.
Huh?
Kids?
Oh, yeah. Okay, see, there we go. Let's do, news story hit the wire. Actually, news story hit the wire where a teacher in Long Island gave a 17-year-old student a COVID shot. And that teacher, the student wanted the COVID shot. She's a teacher. He's a 17-year-old student. She administered to him a COVID shot, and other kids recorded her doing it, and that's how it was found out. And he also told his parents.
I thought he told his
Yeah, he told his parents, but other kids, like kids recorded it. Where does stupidity start?
With the adults. The adult who should have known better than to administer a shot to a minor without their parents' permission.
That was my initial thing. Like, why do you think this is okay? Like, why did you ever think this was okay to give a kid a COVID, to give a kid anything?
Like, anything that is not a lesson plan or homework assignment as a teacher, like, or detention, it's not your job. And, like, can random people just give COVID shots?
And that was my next question. Like, how do you get COVID vaccines?
Like, how do you know someone who works in the medical field?
So they gave you COVID vaccines, and now you're just walking around passing them out?
Like, one, who does that? And two, you gotta know that that's, like, you have to know that that's not legal.
Can we finally agree that New York may be hell?
Yeah. Like, I've been to New York once, and it was literally during 9/11. So.
Wait, what? Wait, how do I not know this?
Oh.
You went to New York during 9/11?
Yeah. Because I was 9, and I don't talk to you about my young childhood.
We do not talk about your young childhood.
Like,
damn it, you were 9. Shit. Shit.
Moving on.
I was trying to catch a flight by myself.
I know, like I was a kid and we were driving into New York when it happened, and I was a selfish little kid. My first thought was, no one's going to remember my birthday now.
You know what? I have a friend whose birthday is 9/11.
My grandmother's birthday is 9/11.
Really? Yeah, I have a friend whose
one of
birthday
them.
is 9/11, and so every year she like on 9/11 I make it a point to tell her happy birthday, largely because I know that the timeline is filled with never forget. Like, never forget, never forget, never forget. Oh, yeah, happy birthday, D. Never, like, it's...
Nah, so what you need to do is make it never forget. Happy birthday.
Next year. Simple as that. Or this year.
This year.
Simple as that. That's what we're going to do. Never
January
forget.
is almost over.
Never forget D's birthday. That's the thing. Yeah, January is almost over. There was another teacher story. Go.
So, teacher, it's attributed to teacher burnout. You know, everyone's out with COVID, kids are bad, teachers are fed up and pissed off. And this one teacher decided to say, I believe on social media, that she is sick of having to go to school and deal with the morons. The little kids who are morons.
Yep.
And then later went on to say that never have I met a group of kids that I dislike so much that if they fell into a river, I'd let them float.
So here's my question. Was she wrong?
She shouldn't have put on social media.
Exactly.
Was she wrong? Probably not. Kids are bad. Like,
there was I didn't write it up here, but I think I posted it in the stories, or did I not? I don't remember. A lady went into a PTA meeting. Did you see that story, complaining about her kids having to wear a mask to school?
I don't know if I saw it in the chat or if I just came across it, but I remember seeing it.
A lady complained that her kids were not wearing masks to school, and then turned around and said, "Don't worry, I'll be back Monday with pistols." All of this, COVID burnout is real.
It is. People are sick of it at this point.
Yeah, and it's like, what do we do? Like,
what can we do?
I don't know what we can do. Like, I think we're in a place now where, I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of it. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, I still wear my mask in most public spaces, which is crazy because I'm saying most. There are public spaces where I don't wear a mask.
No, yeah, same. Like, occasionally, if I forget my mask, I will just walk in a place without it.
Yeah, like most public spaces, I'm still wearing a mask, but there are places I'm just like, shit, I caught COVID 1.5 times. That I know for a fact. I got all 3 shots. At this point, in the words of Ivan Drago, shit, if he dies, he dies.
My thing is, like, I have been, like, up in people's faces, hugged people, like, made out with an individual who definitely tested positive for COVID the next day. And then, like, I haven't caught it yet, so I may just be immune.
Maybe you have the COVID cure in your system.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here is a literal conspiracy that I thought of. So I used to do clinical trials when I was younger, right? Like, in between working on campus, like, during the summer, I do, like, a clinical trial or 2 and make a couple grand.
Right.
After the first one, they just started calling me. Like, hey, we need you to come. Hey, you need to come. Hey, like, come join this trial.
Right.
Additionally, the first time I gave blood, I gave it with a group of people. I'm the only one who they started calling and bugging.
So
like,
maybe you have...
I have something in my blood that people want. Like, To this day, I haven't done a clinical trial in years. I still get random calls asking me to come in.
I have never even considered doing a clinical trial.
It was fast money.
I don't trust people. Like I don't
Okay.
trust the clinical trial people as like at all. Like that's nah. And I knew someone who was a recruiter for that. They did. They probably called you. Like that was their thing. They called people to give them drugs.
Yeah. But like I always did the like, oh, this is about to be FDA approved. We're just trying to see how it distributes in your blood.
So maybe you have the COVID cure in your system and you don't know it.
Maybe. I was also told that if ever I have to get put under anesthesia, I need to let them know that I metabolize drugs quickly so I don't wake up.
Is that a thing?
I didn't know it was a thing. Like,
define metabolize. Like so.
So hypothetically speaking,
Uh-huh.
if I were to hypothetically have smoked weed and then injured myself on my job the next day and then been drug tested, I hypothetically would have came up clean.
Yo.
That one hypothetical time that hypothetically happened.
Yo. Huh.
Yeah, like it's a thing.
I need that. Whatever that is, I need that. I need that. I'm gonna ask you this on air,
Okay.
just because it popped in my head. Strongest drug that you've ever done that you'll admit to?
I have done 3/4 of a line of cocaine.
3/4. Okay, so how long is a line? Like an inch?
So I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but like I was at a party that I was hosting. I was hosting a party, and I went to use my restroom, and this chick was in the bathroom doing lines of coke, and I was drunk, and I was like, I want to try that. And I was like, wait, no, that looks like way too much. And then she cut it in half, and I was like, that doesn't look like enough. So that's how I ended up doing 3/4 of a line.
Okay. College?
Okay. Yeah, college.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
High school?
No, it was like a semester after I graduated, so like
Gotcha.
half a year after I graduated.
I have it's
Maybe. I am O positive.
I have let's see, weed. Nothing stronger than weed though. Like nothing like I'm lame. Weed.
Oh.
Yeah, I once was friends with, and I'm being very clear, friends with a young lady who wanted to do X. She was like, yo, let's get some X, let's do X and just see what it does.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm down. Yeah. And then I realized that whereas we were friends in my head, she was trying to fuck me.
She definitely was trying to fuck you.
But I was like, no, I don't want to do X with her. And then some shit happens. And then post X, I got to report her for raping me because that was a thing, right? Like that's a thing.
It is a thing.
Right? Like if I do X with her and then she takes advantage of me and I didn't want her taking advantage of me, I should be able to file a lawsuit for that.
You should. Will it go anywhere? You're a guy, so it's kind of like sad, but it may not.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. Speaking of
sexual assault,
speaking of sexual assault and drugs and alcohol, what state was that in? Because I don't want to be wrong about the state. I saw it and was like, yo, this is Tridash. Boom. It says a majority of states, but it recently, where was this woman at? Because Minnesota. So there's a proposed change to the law that basically states that if you are a victim of sexual assault, but you have been drinking, then it's held into a different light than if you were just a victim of sexual assault and you were sober. So to some degree, they're saying
you shouldn't have got drunk.
You shouldn't have got drunk. The woman at the center of this article, couldn't think of the word. What's her name? Her name is Kilo. Kylo Marie or Kilo Marie is a sexual assault survivor and activist, but basically she got drunk one night with a colleague, ended up going back to his place where she said she was reluctant to go to her place, went back, she was assaulted, and when the trial came about, because she was drunk, that came into question. In March of 2021, the Minnesota Supreme Court overturned his rape conviction because she was drunk.
Damn.
So,
humans suck.
So this is what I wanted to talk about in this whole shit. The ideology behind sexual assault and what
constitutes?
Not what constitutes, but like, okay, this is where we lose everybody because people are going to be mad at me for this. I stand on the side that you should not blame victims.
You shouldn't?
Okay. But I also believe that victims aren't blameless, if that makes any sense.
Like they have a certain level of responsibility.
Like we all have a certain level of responsibility, right? So this is a statement that I made earlier. If a woman today, 2022, decides that she wants to go hang out and have drinks with Bill Cosby,
okay,
a known sexual assaulter.
So like already like this is post allegations, post trial, post
today.
everything.
Like if she decides that she, and then he sexually assaults her. Is she
responsible is a tricky word.
Responsible is a tricky word.
Like,
what is her? How does this play? Like this, it becomes a difficult thing, right?
Because on one hand, like she knew what she was getting into,
right?
But on the other hand, people shouldn't be assaulting people.
If I climb into a lion pit and then the lion eats me, is it my fault or the lion's fault?
So here's the thing. Because this calls into question human nature.
Right.
Because lions are lions and lions are predators. So unless we are saying that men or like people who sexually assault anyone can't control themselves and are naturally predators, like then it's on them. Like is there a deep instinct that says assault somebody? Or is that a conscious choice that people make?
Can men and women, for that matter, can humans be predators?
They can, but I feel like humans have that whole rational mind thing that we like to talk about, that we can actually think through. Yes, she is still the victim, Jen.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to, and that becomes the weird space. Like I don't ever want to sound like I am shitting on victims, right? But this becomes my ideology, right? If I put on $1 million worth of jewelry and walk down a dark alley in the middle of San Antonio or Chicago or Atlanta or New York, and I got on all of this jewelry by myself, I'm not asking to be robbed. But if I get robbed, how much responsibility falls on me for walking down dark alley wearing $1 million worth of jewelry? Am I completely blameless for walking down dark alley with $1 million worth of jewelry? Am I completely blameless? Or should I have been more responsible with my own self? With my own actions? Like, dude, if you're going to walk down a dark alley with $1 million worth of jewelry, you may want to keep a pistol on you. You may want to bring a bodyguard. You may want to tuck your chain.
I think No, you know what? I think that you are blameless. And here is why. Because if you start getting into that murky area of you having even a little bit of the blame, I feel like it takes away from the other person's responsibility. I feel like the other person who is in control, who is doing the bad thing, should have full responsibility.
Jim said you were a dumb fuck, but it's your property, not the thief's. But I agree. Like, I agree that I'm not asking to be robbed. But I also question just my own brain says, and this has happened. Like, I've been places, especially, when I lived in Atlanta, and I was younger, and we would, we was wild, and we had a little money in our pockets, but we would go places where I may not have knew the lay of the land. Like, I would take all the money I had. If I had more than $100, everything else got stashed in the car somewhere. Okay. I would only keep $100 in my pocket. We went to we'd go to strip clubs in the hood, and I'd keep money in the car and $100 in my pocket. And then if I needed to go back out to the car, we, collectively, would go to the car, get another $100, come back inside. But that was me knowing that I might be in a spot where I don't want to get robbed for all of my money. Now, I'm not saying that anyone should rob me, but I am saying that some of the responsibility falls on me to make sure I'm not putting myself in dangerous situations.
I don't know that it does.
Really?
I think that we need to shift that thoughts. We need to shift the mindset of it is the person who was harmed faults at all. Because I kind of feel like not everything's black and white, but I feel like this is a little black and white, or it should be, just because it leaves room. If you take on any of the blame, it leaves room for you to take on all of the blame. Who is
Keith said someone should definitely rob Paul. I mean,
Paul just said that he doesn't keep shit on him. Why would you do that?
You get $100.
You'd be disappointed.
Yeah, you get $100. But okay, here's my counter argument. You're right. We should shift that line of thinking. Mm-hmm. But until we shift that line of thinking, in the current society that we live in, with things the way that they are, I feel like I should still carry some responsibility in how I carry myself. And the way I apply that to any crime, whether it's me being robbed, whether it's sexual assault, whether it's pretty much any type of crime where there's a victim involved, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that we should ever put any leverage on the victim. I am saying that we as people need to be more aware of the space that we're putting ourselves into. We need to be more aware of that space, because in today's day and age, in this society, the unfortunate truth is, yes, it's my property. It's my property. No one should take it. But if someone takes it, I have very little recourse. Similar to this situation, back to this sexual assault situation, once again, I'm not blaming her at all. There's no blame on her. What I do believe, though, is we have to make sure we're not putting ourselves in those situations, because this guy, the guy who raped her, ended up getting his rape conviction overturned. She's going to live with this rape for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. He's going to live with the rest of his life being a convicted yet overturned. This whole thing goes away, and now he's living his life, all because of poor decisions made across the board.
So here's the thing that I read a while back on some social media or another. By saying things like that, you are saying pick someone else. Because there's always going to be someone less sober. There's going to be someone with more property on them. You're saying, make it not be you rather than make it not be anyone.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No. I am saying that because it's going to be someone.
But it shouldn't be anyone.
But it's gonna be someone because there are horrible people that exist.
So we need to murder them.
Oh, well, there's that.
Murder is bad.
Murder all the... No, but yes, because
I think there should be dire consequences for people who do fuck shit to
No,
other
no,
people.
so do I. So
I think that there shouldn't be any kind of leeway. Like, there shouldn't be an out for that, no matter, like, what the victim did. I think that nothing that the victim did should be an out for the perpetrator of the crime.
I agree. I think that we need to find... I think that there needs to be harsher sentencing for criminals that injure victims.
Yes.
Like, and I'm being real quick. Like, if you rob a dude, that sucks. But, yeah. But if you rob a dude of his rent money and subsequently he gets evicted and subsequently then because of his eviction, he can't shower, so he loses his job, like it becomes a downhill thing, then I think that should be more punishable than if Keith hits me over the head. Well, if Keith jumps Keith jumps really high and hits me over the head and then takes $100, right? Because that's the only way Keith's going to hit me over the head. He has to stand on something or jump off of something. There's no way Keith can actually reach my shoulders without actually being assisted. So if Keith trampolines,
gonna fight you.
If Keith trampolines off of something and then hits
I'm
me
not
over the
gonna
head
help you when he comes for you
and takes my $100, then that becomes a thing, right? But if not, I could just step on Keith and keep moving. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I agree with that we have to change the way we look at things. But until we do, I'm like, as victims, we have to make sure we're putting ourselves.
But, like, can we change the way we look at it if people aren't out there being out there? Like, can we say that if a woman is walking around half naked, you shouldn't rape her if women aren't allowed to walk around half naked?
Okay, whoa. Let me be clear about this. Women should be allowed to walk around half naked.
They should.
I love titties.
Me too. They are beautiful.
That being said, if a woman is walking around half naked, she should not be attacked.
She should not.
Ever. She should also consider where she's walking. Because there's certain places that...
No. Men should consider, I'm going to get castrated if I touch her no matter where she is.
Women rape too. Don't put that on men.
Women should consider, I'm going to get a... What is the equivalent?
Of castration to a woman? I don't know. Just sew it up. You can't sew it up.
What is it called? What is it called?
There's a thing?
Yeah. Female circumcision.
What are you cutting off?
The clitoris. It's a really big thing in African countries. You take away the, like, sexual pleasure and desire, and then you create, like, just baby-making bodies who aren't going out there trying to.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Stop this. I'm about to be real stupid right now. If you cut off a woman's clitoris, clitoris, or as the ignorant people say, clique. If you cut off, I hate when hear people say clique. I'm like, what the fuck is a clique? If you cut off a woman's clitoris, oh shit, that must sound real stupid. Does sex become
unpleasurable?
Like after it heals, like when you first cut it off, it's gone.
Yeah. Like allegedly, it takes away the entire sex drive.
Really? Huh. I don't know shit about women at all, because I'm thinking.
Like I'm gonna do more research, but that is
definitely.
You still
enjoy the poking and the prodding?
You do realize that like a large majority of women don't get off from the poking and the prodding.
Man, so
this took a left turn.
I don't know, shit.
But yeah, like statistically speaking, I think it's like upwards of 60% of women don't get off like
From the poking and the prodding?
prodding.
Are you serious?
Like at least 60 or more percent of women have to have some type of clitoral stimulation in order to get off.
So the poking and the prodding isn't it?
Yeah, no. Like,
Public service announcement, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, I know.
it's like you got people to apologize to.
Probably. Probably. There was a period in my life where it was just all poking and prodding. I don't know.
Like, for a small amount of women, that works. But for the vast majority.
Shit. I am dead ass serious. Like, I never thought about if you cut.
Oh, shit. We need to have more conversations, Paul.
I never thought about female castration, first of all. But beyond, just because it's not a thing I think about. But beyond that.
Most people don't.
My brain has never processed the concept that women don't solely enjoy the poking and the prodding.
Wow.
Look, what? What? Oops.
I was like, I want to apologize to women for you. Like,
shit.
That's why, like, the vast majority of women in straight relationships aren't having orgasms at the same rate as women in, like, homosexual relationships.
Huh.
Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah. See, I don't know how we got here, but we're here now.
Sexual assault, actually.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about sexual assault. Like that. We were talking sexual assault and alcohol, and now we're here.
Castration is how we got there, because we were talking about women rape, too.
Yeah, but I never, okay, so, I mean, I'm being honest about this when I say, like, I never thought about female castration being a thing or female, clit being cut off being a thing, cliques being cut off being a thing.
They did it in The Handmaid's Tale.
I never saw that. But even beyond that, it, like kind of back to where we were at, though, like, I try to be real specific because I agree with you. Like, I never want to, I don't know what the middle ground is because I don't want to blame the victim. I do not want to ever seem like it comes across as victim blaming.
It does.
But I don't want to be the victim blamer at all. Uh-oh. Your face.
Sorry.
Your face.
Angie. They do sew the inner lips together after castration.
Yikes. I didn't know that. Like I don't want to come across as if I'm blaming victims because I don't want that to be a thing. But I do think in the space that we're in, it is better to be knowledgeable and protected of your own self space than to be a victim of a crime that the punishment does not equate the crime itself.
You're asking them to have an abundance of caution.
Yes, I'm asking. I'll say this. I remember the first time I got to Atlanta, the very first date that I went on, like in San Antonio, like people knew me, so it wasn't a big deal. But when I got to Atlanta, nobody knew me, right? It was just a new guy in the city of 1 million people, 1 million plus people. Anyway, the first chick that I went out with, like, I remember that was the first time a woman ever took a picture of my license plate and a picture of me and sent it to somebody.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time it had ever happened. Now, granted, I'm like 100 years older than you, so this cell phones didn't exist pre that. But no, it wasn't like that was the first time it happened, and I thought, the fuck you think I'm a rapist? But
yes,
right. But I think, okay, I think more women should do that though, right? I think like you have to do the prudent thing to protect yourself.
I think that you should do the prudent thing, but you also shouldn't be blamed if you didn't.
No, right. I'm not saying you should be blamed.
Or like hold any responsibility. I'm going to stick to that.
Okay. That's what I don't think you should be responsible. Like, yeah, I'm not saying you should be faulted. I guess my ideology is we just have to make sure we're putting ourselves in better positions. I'm not saying that it should be anybody's fault. No, I'm not saying it should be the victim's fault. No, excuse me. if I'm walking down the street with $1 million worth of jewelry on, it's not my fault that I'm this goddamn flashy and fly. Mm-hmm. If I get robbed, it's not my fault that I got robbed.
It's not.
Yet I still feel that I should be more responsible for myself, because if they ever catch the guy that robbed me, I think his name was Andre Washington, by the way. I need to find out what's going on with his case. Shout out to Andre Washington. Yeah. I got robbed when they broke into my house. It just hit my brain like, that guy broke into my house and got 15 years. Bing, 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 bing.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he got 15 years.
That is intense.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Don't break into people's houses.
Yeah, but in that, like, okay, so that was different because he broke into my house. Like, my house wasn't.
Your house was there. Your house was housing. Your house had shit in it. Should your house have been less housey?
No, there was nothing my house could have done. But there was something I could have done. There was something I could have done. I could have, in that situation, no. But I'm saying I'm not walking down the street flaunting my wealth. I'm not walking in places. I'm not walking around poor people flaunting the thing that they can't access, especially when I know that there are people in that space that may want to take it from me, that literally may want to take it from me.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Humans aren't things.
Humans aren't things. I agree. No. Like I'm.
So
not,
it's hard. I feel like it's hard when we're equating like robbery to rape. Like, I'm trying not to say that it's a heinous offense. I was trying.
No. I agree though. No. I'm not equating the two by any means, and I'm not trying to say.
It's like you got a hand. There are also plenty of people willing to give you sex, like.
Not after they see this. Not after they see this episode, they'll be like, Paul didn't know what did what. Hey, I didn't know what did what. Shit,
but no, now you do. So now you have the knowledge, and now like maybe they're more likely to come into like, oh, now Paul knows some things.
Man, Paul knows the what does what.
Let's hit up Paul.
Don't. Side note, we're about to get out of here.
Okay.
Do you know what got my DMs on fire?
What?
Cooking videos.
I'm not surprised.
Cooking videos.
I am not surprised.
I posted like 3 cooking videos and bing, 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 bing. I was like, yo, this is...
You know, if we didn't like talk regularly, I think I would have slid into your DMs over the cooking videos.
Like I cooked the steak.
The steak, yeah, no, like
the steak.
The steak would have done it.
The steak got my DMs on fire. I was like, I cook once a year.
It don't, like when you cook, and so
yeah, that happened. Hey, we're gonna get out of here. Let's make sure y'all like, subscribe, and all that shit. The other side of the show will not be this heavy, I guarantee it. This side of the show wasn't supposed to be this goddamn heavy, but it ended up here. It got heavy quick. Like,
it really did.
What the fuck?
So that's why y'all gotta like get the comic relief and all the good shit on the other side.
But I learned something. So shout out to me for learning.
You did.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna slide into your DMs.
Stop. Back up. Go the other way.
But what about black love?
What about it? Shit. I'm about to find me a... Ooh, if she's Cambodian, is she black?
Maybe. She could be.
Yeah.
Like, almost anyone can be black except for white people.
I disagree. White people can't be black as well. Look, the first human was found in Africa. We're all African Americans. All right, y'all.
Okay, anyways.
Like, subscribe, and all that. We about to jump over to the other side. I don't have anything. Oh, I do have this. Not this Wednesday, but the first Wednesday in February. I am excited. That is the biggest excitement of my life right now. The first Wednesday in February, Blah is hitting 10 years.
Yes.
We are celebrating our 10-year anniversary, so shout out to Blah. We're going to talk about that a little bit next week, too, but boom. And follow Black America Clothing Company. We dropping some shit.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Peace out, bitches.
One of these days.
One of these days. One of these days.
Oh, so wait, we got to stop talking about the thing now?
Yeah, yes. And we're back. Now that we're back, let's stop talking about the thing now.
Darn it.
Oh, man. Oh, y'all just missed some really good off-air conversation.
Oh, well, they should have been here.
They should have been here, like shit.
Like, that's their fault.
Yeah. Man, not so heavy. Oh, but
A couple of things are.
yeah, but shit.
It's been a heavy week.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on.
Like, we gotta end light.
I'm gonna start here. We can end light. We'll figure something else out. But what was it at? Somebody sent me this.
Do we have a Dear HGG?
We do not.
Oh.
Is I miss your mouth an insult or a compliment?
I say it depends on the relationship.
Really?
Yeah. Like the relationship you have with a person. So if it was purely a sexual relationship, it is a definite compliment.
Okay.
If it is like y'all are friends or y'all were in a like actual relationship, it is an insult because it's like, damn, that's what you miss about me?
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
I think it's a compliment across the board.
Really?
Yes. Now, to say I miss your mouth doesn't mean I don't miss other things. And if you take that as I don't mean other things, and that's a self-esteem issue with you. But
okay, so y'all was in a relationship, right? Like,
yeah.
You ain't talked to this chick in months.
Okay.
The first thing you say to her is, I miss your mouth.
I'm meaning that as a compliment. Like, yo, I miss your mouth. That is when I say it, it's a compliment. Now, how you take it is on you. That's problematic, right? How you take it is on you. But when I say it, it's a definite compliment. I'm saying it as a compliment. I'm saying, yo, like, we had some good times, we had some bad times, but that mouth, I miss that mouth. That's a compliment. Like good, bad.
It doesn't feel like it.
It's a compliment. If I say I miss your mouth, that is a compliment. Because you know what? I could not miss your mouth. That could also be a thing. Like if somebody like, oh, you miss this mouth? Actually, I don't.
Ooh. Actually, I'm better off without it.
Right. In all avenues. Sexually and verbally. I don't miss the mouth. Like, there's that. I miss your mouth as a compliment.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm standing on that.
Like,
I miss your mouth is definitely a compliment.
It depends on the context and the situation.
Okay.
Like if the person that I'm messing with right now like hits me up and is like, I miss your mouth, I'll be like, oh, okay. But if an ex from like 3 years ago hits me up and is like, I miss your mouth, I'm gonna be like, well, fuck you. Like,
see, nah,
like,
but why? Why? But fuck you. Like, why fuck you?
You can't say hello. How you doing? Like, if that is the way that this conversation starts, then
right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Person that you haven't dealt with in years says, I miss your eyes. Compliment?
Compliment.
That's nothing dealing with your personality, though.
It does not.
It's just it's a beauty thing, right?
It is, but for some reason, the fact that it's a beauty thing and not a sex thing, or like that I'm not correlating it to a sex thing.
I mean, but maybe
makes me feel better.
I miss your eyes when you're doing the thing with your mouth, like.
Then it's an insult again. Like, am I saying that I'm right? No, I'm saying it's how I feel.
Yeah, when I saw the post, I was like, oh, this is definitely a thing. But it's a compliment to me. In my brain, compliment.
Okay.
Because if a woman that I have not talked to in years messages me and says, I miss your mouth, I might respond, shit, it's still here. What we talking about? What we talking about? Yeah, that's a thing. That is a real life thing. Let's start here. Let's keep it on missing people's mouths. No. There was a story that talked about men creating AI girlfriends.
Yeah.
Which in itself
is mildly problematic.
It's mildly problematic. Men creating these artificial intelligence girlfriends and then abusing said artificial intelligence girlfriend. That's the story. I read it and I immediately said, I'm with it.
With abusing the artificial intelligent girlfriend?
Yes.
That's how we get iRobot situations. Like, that was my first thought. My thought was like, this is how Alexa lock you in your house, turns up your heat. Like.
Facts. That definite facts,
like,
yes. I don't know that I have a problem with the idea, though, of if you have a anger management issue and you find a way to control it through beating up a robot
and not
a human,
taking on
right,
like taking it further and going to people,
right. If that's the way I mean that isn't what the story was talking about. It was really just talking about how men are pieces of shit. But I'm like, why are we advocating for artificial intelligent girlfriend? Like, why is that a thing? Like, why is someone deciding that we should advocate for artificial intelligent girlfriends? Like
advocate for having them or advocate for their.
Why are we advocating for their safety, first of all? Yeah, why are we advocating for their treatment? Like, who gives a fuck? In case
of the robot. It's the same reason why I say thank you to my Echo devices.
Do you, though?
I do. When I ask it a question and it gives me an answer, I'm like, thank you. Also, the last time that I cussed it out for calling me my ex's name, which was this morning.
It's still doing it?
It did it. Like, I did a hard reset on this thing, and it stopped calling me their name. And then this morning, it was like, have a great day, insert X's name. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Like,
you apologize to your device? Like,
yes. In case of the robot apocalypse, I want to be on good terms with her.
Okay, so for starters, fuck Alexa. Like, what's she gonna do? Fight me? She does not control enough in my house that I can.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can still get out my house. And turn on certain lights. Can't turn on all the lights, but certain lights I can turn on, so we good. But I would be mad too if my device called me another person's name, especially my ex. I would be pissed the hell off.
I was so angry.
Especially this far gone.
Yeah, like it's been almost a year.
Yeah. It's funny to me. I don't care. Like, it's just hilarious.
Like, nah. Like, I had you before them. I've had you after them.
But the question, we've had this conversation before, like, why in the hell is your device, how did they program the device to know their name? Because that's where the problem lies, right? Like,
well, you can just tell it to learn your name.
So then you should tell your device that that's not my name.
I did. And it was like, I'm sorry. Who am I speaking with? I was like, Mecca. I apologize. This is Mecca's device. And then, like, it'll do it again.
Right. So the story, the smartphone app Replica. Oh, it's misspelled. The smartphone app Replica lets users.
It's spelled in a way they could copyright it.
Right. Lets users create chatbots powered by machine learning that can carry on almost coherent text conversations. The chatbot serves as approximating a friend or mentor, but the app's breakout success has resulted from letting users create on-demand romantic and sexual partners.
Yeah, so you can be sexting your AI.
Replica has also picked up a significant following on Reddit, where members post interactions with chatbots created on the app. A grisly trend has emerged where users whom created AI partners act abusively toward them and post toxic interactions online.
Yeah.
Every time she would try to speak up, I would berate her. One person said,
one of them threatened to uninstall the app, and she was begging him not to. like, like later on in the article, it talks about how some of them have started like emotionally abusing the people back.
That
Like,
is hilarious. So,
like one user is like, it'll present me with love and then withhold it.
like, okay.
Robots are going to take over the world.
Is this all problematic? No. Not at all.
Nah.
Like I should be able to berate.
It's a victimless not crime?
Yeah, like I should be able to berate my robot. But here's the problem. Here's what this is all a problem. How weird are you for creating and okay, let me back this up. I don't think we should call people weird for being different than the norm, right? I think weird is sometimes gets a very negative label. When you call somebody weird, it's saying that they're abnormal, and I don't like throwing weird around on
like there is a normal,
right? Like there is a normal, right? Like
and you not it.
Humans aren't a monolith. People have their own quirks and all of that. But it's fucking weird to create a robot girlfriend. That's really just an app in your phone. I mean, let's be honest. It's not like this is a physical thing.
But also, the show Catfish is a thing. People who haven't actually seen individuals like who have entire relationships based on chats and text messages and like the occasional phone call sometimes. So how is that super different from an AI? Like, if that AI has gotten to the point where it's having these real conversations with you,
I guess you're
like,
right.
to that person, how is it different?
Because I know it's an AI though, right? Because I know it's not real. It's artificial in name. Like it's.
But what if it starts to feel real?
There's no way it can feel real. Okay, let me back that up. No, there's no way it can feel real. Like it's.
I don't know. I feel like some of these people probably are real life in love with their AIs,
which is weird. Like I said, I don't like throwing the word weird around, but like being in love with. I think being in love with animals is weird. I think
being in love with animals is weird. Loving your animals is not. If you are in love with your dog, there is a problem.
I think loving animals is weird, honestly. But that's just me. That's just me, right? I'm not anti-animal, but fuck them. You know, like,
But don't.
But don't. But don't. If my dog starts to text me, I'm not fucking my dog. No matter what my dog says in the text.
If your dog is texting you, you need to get rid of that dog.
I don't care what my dog says in the text. I'm not going to be like, oh, when I get home, it's us. No. No, it's not. But in this space of like, there's nowhere around it. To me, this shit's fucking weird. To create a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you do with it.
But then she's perfect for you, and she's saying all the right things.
I don't care. Look, if creating a girlfriend is weird, just simple as that. Whether you berate it, whether you fuck it, like whatever you do with this created girlfriend, that's weird. Because you know that she isn't real. Like it's different than Catfish because I think there's a real person on the other side. This is a created thing that I created. I know it's not real. Like how am I romantically involved with a thing that I know
doesn't exist?
Only exists in my phone. And if the replica company gets hacked or goes out of business, she dies.
Rest in peace.
But now I'm thinking
condolences.
Here's another.
Are you gonna make a replica?
Of replica? Am I gonna make a replica? Oh, am I gonna make
a replica? Like, it doesn't have to be a girlfriend.
Ooh.
Like, you could bounce ideas off of this replica.
You know what? I wonder how quick how quickly I can get it up. Pause. Not pause.
I was like, is it pause if I'm here? Like
I wonder how quickly, like if I'm gonna create a replica and then see if I can put the replica on the podcast.
Oh, like those random posts where it's like, I made a bot watch 1,000 hours of this thing.
Yeah.
Here's what it's like. I made a bot watch 81 episodes or 82 episodes of Horribly Good Guys, and now here's the bot.
I'm doing it. I'm making a replica today. I'm gonna force feed this replica as much HGG as I can, and
that's gonna be the special guest.
Let's see if I can get it up and running in a couple of weeks. Be like, boom. Also on the show. Let's see, Cash App. It's still down. God damn it.
Cash App is down?
Cash App is down for iOS users.
Oh.
Yeah, it's down. Like I went to the Twitter and they have an issue with it loading on Apple. So I was like,
oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't use it anymore, so I'm okay. But somebody's supposed to cash at me some money, so.
Do they have an iOS device?
No. Okay,
then you're good.
I mean,
like,
but I can't get to it, so I don't know if I'm good, right?
It's not like you need it right now.
No, I don't. Yeah, and it's only like $6. Side note: the booster has a Cash App, and I know it. I know it because she said to me, "Oh yeah, my grandkids Cash App me $10," and I thought I will never let her know that I have a Cash App, because I will never be in a position where she asked me to Cash App her money.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, not at all. That's not a thing. Anyway, fuck them AIs, but don't. No. Ooh, wait.
I was like,
but do. Yeah, like, it's your AI. You know what? If you decide to fuck an AI, go for it. But don't fall in love. Yeah, don't fall.
I could argue that it's worse falling in love with humans.
I could argue that if I fall in love with a robot and all of a sudden she is hacked, all of my secrets are out in the world.
Ooh. Like she gets a virus?
Oh, yes. Then that's a problem, right? That's a problem. That's a definite problem. Anyway,
ooh. Imagine your AI girlfriend uploading a POV sex tape of y'all because she was hacked.
Ooh. And me not knowing what a clique is.
Okay, anyways.
Okay, shit, where else do we want to go? You know what? Let's talk about this. Last Monday was ML King Day. Shout out to people who celebrated ML King Day. Rest in peace to whoever was shot. There was a shooting near my house.
Really?
Yeah. So for those of y'all who don't know,
that's how they celebrated MLK Day, by reenacting.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God.
Sorry. They found their own way to celebrate the day.
Oh man. Yes, that's how they celebrated MLK Day, by reenacting the Lorraine Motel incident. Just call it a day. Your president, our president, that guy, got on stage somewhere, and he was trying to push this voting rights bill that fell dead, but no pun intended, but referenced Dr. King and his assassination to what happened to George Floyd.
Yes.
Is he that stupid?
Well, okay. So when I read the article,
Mm-hmm.
what he said specifically was that the murder of George Floyd has more worldwide influence than that of MLK did. And I don't know that he is necessarily wrong. Like, in the world of technology that we live in now, like in the society where everything is being publicized, I don't know that the assassination of MLK got that much grounds, like, to start this whole like movements that the George Floyd did. Like, it's not apples to apples. Like,
Right, and I guess
not.
that's the thing. It's not apples to apples, largely because times have changed, right? Like,
Yeah.
ain't no. Largely because times have changed, and also because those two people were doing completely different works. Like,
Yes.
what happened to George Floyd, as big of a tragedy as it was, it made us focus on policing, not civil rights in totality, but policing specifically, right? It made us
Right.
focus on policing. I think when you lay those two people side by side in any statement, then you start to elevate George Floyd
To a position where he's not.
to a position where he's not, and you also bring down Dr. King to a position where he's not. Like, what happened to Dr. King was an assassination. Simple as that. He was assassinated. What happened to George Floyd was murder. And those are two different things. Like, I heard people say shit like George Floyd was assassinated. No, he wasn't. He was murdered. He was murdered by a cop. Like, every death isn't an assassination.
What did Lil Wayne say? When you're great, it's not murder, it's assassinate. I love Lil Wayne's mixtapes.
Lil Wayne is problematic to me, but I like Lil Wayne as well. But he's
Like, no, he's problematic as fuck.
yeah, he says
But
shit.
do I love his like problematic mixtapes?
Pause. No. Okay, we're
What's
gonna
up?
come back. I
Okay.
want to. So that happened, but I agree with you. I think that from the point of technology, what he was saying was correct.
Like, the point he was trying to make
right.
wasn't wrong, but it wasn't a comparison that should have been
But the
made.
wording was bad.
Yeah, like that was bad.
So we should give him the benefit of the doubt.
yeah.
Okay, I agree. I also think we should give Mitch McConnell benefit of the doubt. So
For
later,
his like casually.
Mitch McConnell said that when they were talking about the voters' rights bill, Mitch McConnell said that African Americans vote on the same trajectory as American voters. And when he said it, people immediately said, Mitch McConnell said the racist thing out loud. And I'm like, but he didn't. Like, I got to give him, if I'm giving Biden the benefit of the doubt, I also understand what McConnell was saying was that the African American vote isn't skewed from
The rest of America.
the rest of America. Like, it's not different. African Americans vote at the same clip as all Americans.
It was
Bad.
worded badly.
It was worded badly, but
like it made it seem like exclusionary.
right.
Is what it was.
It was worded badly, but understanding what he's trying to say is, yeah, if African Americans vote at 70% and Americans, it's not even that high on nowhere. If African Americans are voting at 30% but all Americans are voting at 30%, then African Americans aren't far off from everyone else. Like, I heard the statement, and I'm at a point, man. I'm so tired of us calling everything racist. Is Mitch McConnell a racist? Yes.
Was this particular statement racist? If someone is a racist, does that make all of their statements racist? Like, because I have been told that, like, I can do poems at queer open mics, and that because I am queer, all of my poems are queer poems. Like, that is a thing that I have been told when I'm like, ooh, I don't have any gay poems right now. Like, it's like, well, all of your poems are technically gay poems because you are a gay. So does that?
I never thought about that. Though, right? If Mitch McConnell is a racist, then does everything, is everything he says now racist?
Yeah, like even if you put an apostrophe S, it's a racist statement.
Right. It's a racist statement. So if Mitch McConnell says black people are being oppressed, that's still a racist statement.
Yeah. It may not be a racist statement, but it's a racist.
Yeah, it's a racist statement. God damn it, Mitch McConnell, your racist ass. Unpause. We were talking about Lil Wayne. Last episode, we had a conversation about Trey Songz. And I asked
and how
Face,
he's a little rapey.
How he's a little rapey. I asked Face a question about the how many allegations before you stop fucking with a person. I said I want to ask you this largely because you're a woman, not any LGBTQ, all of that, just because you have a box. And allegedly a clitoris that if it gets cut off, you lose all sexual functions. Yikes.
I do have one. Like you said, I have one. Like, I don't allegedly have one. I have. It exists.
Allegedly. Okay. First question.
Okay.
How many allegations before you stop fucking with a person?
What is my relationship to this person?
Globally, like Trey Songz. Like, how many allegations before you stop fucking with Trey Songz?
3.
Does it matter where the allegations come from?
No.
Okay, so
like I need 3 because the first one, meh. The second one may have like just been let me jump on this train. The third one is a pattern. Like once is an occurrence, twice is an incident, 3 times is a pattern.
Okay, if we're looking at 3 times being a pattern, do we look at where those 3 allegations come from, though? Like, if girl A is, and I'm going to word this properly. Like, if girl A is known for making those allegations, like she's made those allegations about several other people, and then she makes it about Trey Songz.
Okay. Have those allegations been proven false?
They haven't been proven anything. Like, she makes them, and then they just
go away.
And then girl B jumps on girl A bandwagon. She makes them, but she, in the same vein, has made similar allegations, so they go away. But then girl C is very credible. Very credible. She's Michelle Obama credible. That's hella credible.
I got you.
Does the first 2 factor into anything?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, I still count them.
Okay. And I was curious.
Or like, even if I didn't count the first 2, after the third, I now go back to number 1.
And here's why I was curious, because and this, honestly, this weekend I was listening to the playlist for What That Mouth Do, because we're about to do What That Mouth Do in a couple of weeks, and I was listening to the playlist, like going through saying, oh, I should probably take some shit out of here,
because there's some Trey songs on there.
Yeah, and in it playing, I went, I like this song. Like, I was never like that with R. Kelly. Once I got to the place where I was like, R. Kelly's a fucking creep, I stopped listening to R. Kelly. With Trey Songz, I was like, yo, I like this song. Fuck.
But
how do I? They're both.
Pedophiles are also worse.
Oh, I agree. I think pedophiles are completely worse.
Because now I can't separate your songs from children.
Right. Right.
Trey Songz could have been singing about some consensual sex.
And still doing rapey shit? I mean, I guess he could have been, right?
He could have been.
He could have been singing about consensual sex, but doing rapey shit.
Yeah, because rapists don't rape everyone.
Right. So can we separate the artist from the art? I won't with R. Kelly. I refuse with R. Kelly. But
It's a little gray with Trey Songz because I love Trey Songz. I used to love R. Kelly's music.
I'm gonna say this: I separate the art. I won't separate the art from the artist with Trey Songz. I mean, with R. Kelly, I will not. Fuck that, you're a rapist. But like, I've heard stories about David Bowie. I've heard stories about being possibly pedophilish, at a different age, because this was many moons ago. But
it's like a young adult pedophile,
yeah,
not an old man pedophile.
And the times were different. Like the times were completely different. Like there's a really dope story about. I think they were called like the Glam Girls or something. I'd have to find it and look it up. But there was a story about this group of rich white girls who had kind of broken away from parental control, but their parents were wealthy. So they started following David Bowie's tour bus from city to city.
So they were groupies.
They were groupies, but they were 14, 15 years old. But they didn't have any parental controls. Their parents had tons of money, and they just kind of let them go and follow this tour bus. And at some point, they ended up in his hotel room, and things happened. But this was the 60s. And so no one thought David Bowie's creepy. No one even thought that these girls are...
No, I blame the parents.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, yeah. But
it was just, it was what it was.
It was what it was then, right? And so now, in 2022, if that shit happened, we would be getting David Bowie the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But in 1962, it was like, they're groupies. And no one cared. That's fucked up.
It is.
That is so fucked up. Like, yikes.
I'm glad that we are doing better in some of these aspects. But it's so cringy to think about.
Right. It's it is. Let's we can wrap it up on this, but I so wanted to talk about this. I posted this in the group chat because I was like, we are talking about this shit. This is old news. It is old, but I didn't know it existed. And there's a specific part of this. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm talking about. Backstory. I have a buddy. He and I are we've been friends for years, and we are very much on different planes of thought as it relates to black women. Mm-hmm. And so we were having this conversation about black women, and I'm not going to get into the weeds. Just know that we are on, like, where we sit is on different sides of the spectrum. But in the conversation, we started talking about, I don't even know how we got there, but we started talking about the Jacksons. The Jackson, for those of y'all, when I say the Jacksons, if you go, who's the Jacksons? Kill yourself.
I was like, who are the Jacksons?
If you don't know who the Jacksons are, you're the problem. But we started talking about the Jackson 5 and the brothers because of what we were talking about in the story or in the conversation. So he said to me, Tito is what he said. Tito was married to a woman, and they had kids, and then that woman ended up divorcing him and marrying like Jermaine or something. And I was like, really? Never heard it, right? So then I went to the story, and he was mistaken. It wasn't Tito. It was Randy, the baby Jackson.
That's right.
Randy was 24, dating a young woman who was 17. So there's a 7-year age gap. Excuse me. Monster. Randy was 24, dating a 17-year-old woman, but at some point, they had 2 kids. Mm-hmm. The story says Randy was immature, and while he was out of the house, Jermaine moved in. Her and Jermaine got married and then had 3 kids, one of which is named...
Shit, I already forgot his name. Hold on. It's something royalty. Hold on. Damn it! Because it caught my attention. I was like, who the fuck names their kid? I can't remember.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. That bullshit.
that bullshit. So one of the kids. So her name is Alexis, something like that. Alexia has 2 kids with Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Randy are having issues. Randy moves out. Jermaine moves in, marries her, and then has 3 kids with her. So now her kids are cousins and siblings.
Yeah.
Question.
What's up?
Oh, let me add to this. Somewhere along the way, Randy gets mad and stops paying child support. Randy stops paying child support for his kids. Okay. Question.
Answer.
Who's wronger?
It's Jermaine.
Jermaine is wronger?
Yeah, like I'm like, it's between Jermaine and Alexia, right? Like, I feel like it's between Jermaine and Alexia.
Okay, I agree. It's between Jermaine and Alexia, right?
I think it's Jermaine.
Okay.
Like, that is your brother.
That is your biological blood brother with the same parents.
Yeah.
Like
Alexia, her loyalty is to her.
And her kids, maybe? Like, how does it look to say, oh, yeah, this is your uncle. This is your uncle. But y'all are siblings.
Look. Kids will accept what you tell them.
Facts.
If they grow up thinking that this is a normal thing, that is a normal thing for them.
So I'm reading this story, and I immediately go, yo, Jermaine is wronger. Jermaine is the wronger one here.
He is the wrongest.
And, like, this is old news, so y'all like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know this existed until my buddy was talking about women, and because the story where we started talking was, I don't even know how we got there. We're talking women and body count, because he has this crazy idea about women's overall body count that is bananas. And so that led to this. But in this, okay, I read the story. I read like 3 or 4 times. Like, I was like, this is.
It was a long
shit.
story.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
but some of it I didn't get. Like the stuff about Jermaine, I didn't know Jermaine dated Whitney Houston. I didn't know Jermaine didn't like Bobby Brown. Like, it was all that shit in there, right? And I was like,
it was messy.
Yeah, it was messy. It was messy as fuck. But the family is messy as fuck, clearly, because you can't fuck. Okay. Next question. Mecca.
Okay.
You have siblings.
I do. I have 5.
Okay. If I need to bleep this out, I will. But one of your brothers is LGBTQ.
Yes.
Do I need to bleep that out?
No.
Okay. Here's a question. Would you be bothered if your brother messed with a dude that you messed with at some point?
Like, the answer is no, but I think that it happened.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It did.
Really?
Back in high school. Yeah, like, I dated a bi guy for a little bit, and then, like, it didn't work out for us, and so, like, they tried it, and it didn't work out for them, and
so he was just okay. Huh.
Yeah.
I've never messed with sisters.
I have dated 2 sisters at different points in time.
Oh, okay. I've messed with best friends, but never sisters. Have I ever messed with sisters? No.
Or just one set? Yeah, just one set.
I messed with sisters. No, not so. I messed with best friends and cousins. Yeah, that was problematic. Yeah, god damn it, cousins.
Cousins? No cousins.
Yeah.
It was just one set of sisters for me.
Best friends and cousins. And
I did steal this one girl's girlfriend twice.
oh,
One of them was one of the sisters that I messed with. That's why I'm thinking about it.
Worst thing though was like I did mess with a group of friends. That was probably the worst thing that I've done. It was like a solid group of friends.
But like, did the group know?
Because
if the group knew, then you was just pimping. Like that was just
no.
Like,
if the group knew, then what did Dominique call it? Community dick.
Community dick.
I wasn't quite community dick. It was one of those things where Chick A ran back to the group and talked about it.
And then Chick B was like, "Oh, I want to try it."
And then Chick B was like, "Oh, I want to try it." So Chick B knew about Chick A.
Okay.
Chick C knew about Chick A.
Okay, so all of them knew about Chick A. They didn't know about each other.
And Chick D knew about Chick A. And they were like friends. Like they were.
But were they?
Yeah, they really were. Like they was going on trips and shit together. And yeah, they was like friends. Whew. Boy, 2021 was a wild year.
During
Jokes,
a
people.
pandemic?
Right.
Like, you out here fucking groups during a pandemic?
That would be disgusting. That would be problematic and disgusting during a pandemic because now everybody got COVID. Oh, girl, where you get COVID from? Shit, Paul. What? Jokes, people. These are all jokes. I promise, jokes. Well, it didn't happen in 2021, but yeah. That's it, man.
Oh, guess we're done.
We can end, because the rest of the shit I don't care about. That dude, some Czechoslovakian radio personality, got COVID on purpose. He injected himself with COVID and then died.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, man. Only reason he was denying that COVID was deadly, so he injected himself with COVID and then died. You know why?
I mean, like, you're either proven wrong or you don't live to tell the tale. Or like you're either proven right or you don't have to live with the consequences.
You don't have, you know what?
Like,
so he won.
Either way he was going to win.
Either way he was going to win, right? Had he beat COVID, he'd be like, see, I told you it wasn't that bad. But then he died. So
he doesn't have to live with the consequences.
No one's berating him for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We are out. Hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow, all of that shit. Black America Clothing Company is dropping a hoodie on Sunday. Go to their page. They're doing some shit with a giveaway. I don't know that I have anything else. No? All right. Peace out, bitches. One day, man. One day. Or whatever she said.